Swimming like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey, welcome to the Orange County Shrimp Tank here in beautiful Southern California, where we interview CEOs and business owners about the do's and don'ts of running their business. Today we have Tony.
We've got Tony B. with Doobies World.
All the way from Texas. And before we get started in Tony's background, his company, et cetera, what he provides to the you might say to the consumer out there. Tony, you know, in my business, I've been in it for over 34 years, and a lot of people ask me, so what do you do? So many times I go out of, answering one with one word to a phrase, or I shorten it. So once in a while I mess that up. So when somebody asks you, so what do you do? How do you answer that?
Oh, just to mess with them, I tell them cannabis.
Cannabis.
And they look at me nice and strange.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in Texas. You have people like, what do you do? Oh, I'm a drug dealer. I'm a legal drug dealer.
It's a legal one now.
I'm not doing it here, though.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
You get their attention with that.
I get their attention with that, and then I explain to them that we do CBD, and then in Colorado we do the THC as well, and they get relaxed. They're like, oh, okay.
Okay. They say, cool, man.
Yeah, cool. And I said, no, okay, do you got anything? No.
Yeah, exactly.
I just told you it's not legal here.
Exactly. Very good.
So, Tony, what would you say is the one key element to building and starting a successful business?
I say putting down on paper, knowing what you want to do, and then just move forward with that. Put the plan in action and make it work.
Just put your head down and go.
You put your head down and go.
Yeah.
If it works, it's going to work. And you got to like what you do. I mean, you can't just go in there and say, oh, I'm going to do this for the money and not like what you do, because then you're not going to want to do it.
Right.
So the passion is vital.
Oh, big
the
time.
passion is vital. I mean, I agree with you. And like you said, with your plan is that have contingencies.
Yep.
Absolutely on that. Experience, I've been in, again, like I mentioned, in my game for almost 34 years. And, I deal with taxes and I deal with, estate planning and pensions, et cetera. And there's always something going on. So it took me about 10 years before I feel comfortable where I could say, okay, I have this thing down. And I feel comfortable, some people grasp their industry a lot sooner, but to me, it took about 10 years, and again, 34 years in the business. With you, how long have you been in the business, and when did you say, hey, I have this industry down?
It's like about 2016, the middle of it, and then we started putting things together, took some classes, started learning about it, then put it to action in 2017. By mid-2017, we were rolling.
Did you have a little bit of this background that when all of a sudden this thing was presented to you and you said, hey, I can do this? I mean, you had to have a little bit of background to say, I can put this thing together.
I had a lot of friends that were doing drugs.
A lot of friends, okay. So when you got them up and you fed them
hey,
something.
I can sell to them.
After you brought food to them, and then they said, hey, I got some ideas, right?
Yeah, I need y'all more hungry. Here, have some pins.
That's excellent.
Y'all don't have to buy illegal anymore. I can sell it to you.
All right.
You won't get in trouble.
You had a captive audience.
Misdemeanor, not here.
Very good.
So, Tony, at the end of the day, how do you want your clients, your wholesalers, your distributors to remember and Doobies World?
I want them to know that and remember us by knowing that we put out a pure product. We only use the best. We do our production the best way we know how, and we put out the best product that we can. So it's always all clean, all natural, all organic, and all THC free on our CBD, and of course the THC has THC. Well, the THC has THC. They're stealing my pins.
Yeah.
Yeah, he stumbled in here.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened.
Hey,
I know that's a big concern though about the quality of the CBD oil, and because it's not regulated.
Yeah, I want to say without a question what
Yeah.
Tony just brought up, and he brought up in this segment there. I mean, he provides a pure product, and on a personal note, my wife was injured, and we tried the pharmaceutical medications and the side effects she didn't like, and so we tried this CBD oil in these retail places, and the milligrams were not strong. Whatever was going on, it was just not happening. And I come across Tony, and then Tony says he has a pure product, and it's, and I said, let's try it. My wife was basically desperate to want to try something, and we tried the product, and, and I got to say, folks, I'm endorsing it, but it absolutely does work. So that's the kind of product that is important in any service or product that we provide out there, is what effort we put into that. You're going to get that residual client. But hey, I want to go into. Oh, and before I do that, I want to ask Tony. What Tab just indicated. You're located in in multiple states, right?
Yes, Colorado, New York's distribution, and then we're opening new manufacturing here in California.
So you're just at the beginning steps. This thing is going to really rock and roll. It's doing it right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's really going to happen. So like again earlier, and those of you when you check out the Orange County Shrimp Tank podcast, and when you get the full segment here, you're going to find out that Tony deals with a certain niche, and mostly those who have those massive networks right now. So it's not on a retail level. So it brings up my other question on the social media. Tony, I mean, there's a lot of ways to go. We all know there's so many options to do that. Which ones do you favor? I know the podcast now is one of your favorites,
It's the
but
best.
yeah, absolutely.
I like shrimp tank.
Yeah,
I like eating
cool.
shrimp.
Remember that, folks.
Shrimp is good.
Yeah, he took some of the stuff before he got here, folks.
cocktail
I
sauce.
just want to make sure that.
Tartar sauce as well.
See, we deal with this in the segment. So,
But we got that we like eating shrimp, right?
okay, getting back to the social media answer, Tony. Which ones do you favor, or do you have a combination?
We are on Instagram at CB Doobies World, and then we also have Facebook on CB Doobies World. We are also launching our new product, which it's the same product, it's just branded differently. It's full spectrum, and you can find us on fullspectrumcbda.com. Well, that site will be up soon as well, and then the Instagram site will be up as well. And then you can get us on our email at info@doobiesworld.com. And let's see what else.
And you have the 800 number too,
I have an
right?
800 number. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, phone.
folks.
Yeah.
Doobies World, come on.
So the best way to get hold of you prefer the phone.
The
don't
phone,
you?
yeah.
Okay.
Give me a call.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 844-622-6225.
Okay, excellent. Hey, again, we have Tony with.
Tony B with Doobies World.
Absolutely. It's been a blast, you guys. So you got a little part of that. It's been a great time here. And I want to thank my co-host, Tab Fitz, for this show today. It's been great here. Again, if you want to get the full segment on the show, check out OrangeCountyShrimpTankPodcast.com. Go to iHeartRadio and download the podcast. You might find a particular industry that works for you. You got to check out this segment now. There's a lot of information there you're going to really enjoy there. So again, if you want to be on the show, go to the same site here. So always remember, in the business world, and we all know out there, it gets pretty tough sometimes. So when it gets a little difficult out there, always remember, stay cool.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.